Hi empaths, welcome back to my channel and back to Journey Through the Tarot. This week we're talking about our week with the Eight of Pentacles and introducing the history, symbolism, and divination of the Nine of Pentacles. I'm excited about this. This journey is inspired by Dirty and Divine, a transformative journey through the tarot by Alice B. Grist. She spent a day with each card. We're doing a week, and we're getting our some of our information from one of my tarot teachers, Robert M. Place. He wrote the Tarot History, Symbolism, and Divination. And we're working with the Waite-Smith Symbolism of the Rider Tarot deck. Looks like this. If you need any of those items, they're available in my Amazon store, linked in the description of this video. Okay, so let's start talking about our week with the Eight of Pentacles. This is about mastering your craft, being focused on your work, your focus being in the material world and material gain, literally making money, right? This person is literally making a coin or pentacle. Mastering his craft, really refining. And I definitely felt like this week I was really focused on work in every capacity. And I started to realize that that's really what my emphasis has been as far back as I can remember. That's what I had been really focused on, really mastering what I'm doing and learning and investing in my education and growth in that area. And I was just trying to see where that had grown, right? The week previously, we were looking at the fruits of our labors, right? And kind of assessing that. And so this week I was still kind of doing that. I was thinking to myself, wow, I've really invested a lot of time, energy, attention, and finances into educating myself and improving my skills, and just wondering what I had to show for it. And I definitely felt really consumed with my job, what I'm doing to earn money. And it's really all about other people's needs. I don't really have a lot of time, and my breaks are so short. I don't really have a lot of time to process anything that's going on for me or really do anything that's dedicated to my work. It's just, I just get a moment to breathe and regroup, and then I'm back in it. And the work is about focusing on other people's needs the entire time. And I'm one of the top performers at work, which feels good. It's just, it's not my ideal work. And so I have been looking elsewhere at jobs that can compensate me more. And also, how can I make more opportunities for myself in you know, the skills that I've really cultivated. Like, what can I do to improve maybe marketing or putting it out there that I'm doing stellar session work. Like I'm a really good practitioner, and like my clients are seeing, I have one client that says she sees miracles after each session, you know, and so I feel good about what I've cultivated there, as far as my skill. But this week I was really focused on money, right? I was really focused on, well, what am I earning? What have I saved? And just seeing how what I have isn't enough in a lot of ways, or just enough, which I want to manifest more. So looking at that, and I also had started to rebrand everything to Empath Alchemist. And what I didn't realize was that it was it was sort of a conflict of interest with me and someone I work closely with. And so we had to have a conversation about using certain terms and how we're branding our work and keeping professional boundaries. And it felt like a huge misunderstanding, and and maybe even an sort of an empathic transmission or entanglement that happens to me. It does happen. And the clarity was helpful. I do feel like I've had to take a step back and kind of regroup, because I was moving out of urban empath. I felt like things were shifting and changing, and that a rebranding was happening for me. But I noticed that there were a couple of other people who were sort of in my sphere who were doing similar things as far as rebranding or changing things up. And so I thought maybe that was another empathic sort of entanglement, confusion, merging of other people's goals and agendas, and I was taking them on as my own. And then I started thinking, well, what if I'm not meant to be a healer? You know what I mean? I was sort of just like thinking, you know, and try to ask myself, how do I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing? You know, like, what are the signs of that, you know? And I just started kind of rethinking everything. And is, you know, my work giving back to me? Do I feel nourished by what I'm doing? And, you know, there's something in me that's just sort of driven to be a better healer, a better facilitator and practitioner. I'm just driven to continue to grow in that area. And I can't explain why. And one of my mentors and close friends, I was having this kind of crisis about, where am I going? What am I doing? A while ago. And I was thinking, am I supposed to be doing comedy? Like, I was really confused about where to focus my time and energy, because I'm not one of those people that can have a million plates spinning. I've tried that before and I just burn out too easily. I just don't think I have it in me, at least not right now. And I'm probably going through maybe a mild depression. I think I have been for a few years after leaving New York City. It sort of never, you know, and I think a lot of people are experiencing that now as we kind of are distancing from our communities, and it's just not the same, right, as it was. So I was looking at all of these things, and this week though, I definitely started getting more sunlight, right? The weather was warming up. I was going outside and taking walks. I really wanted to get back in the gym, but I was like, you really need sunlight. So I was taking walks in the morning before work, and that would energize me. I'd feel really good, because sometimes I would think I need more sleep, but what I actually needed was movement. And I realized everything that I'm doing right now has nothing to do with moving. It's all like just sitting and observing or listening and catering to other people's needs. None of it is moving the body. And it's just so important for me to move, to access my vitality, and also to be embodied. It's so clear when I'm not embodied. It's like a switch. I just flip a switch and I'm like, oh, there we go. Right? If I've had too much screen time, because I work on a computer screen all day long and everything's virtual now, it's so easy to just be like flipped out, you know? And then so just looking out the window and then everything's clear again. It's like, okay, I just needed some real natural sunlight. So I've been walking outside. which has been nice. And so that is about focusing on the physical too, right? The physicalization of my being and accessing the vitality of my muscles by moving them. And I've been seeking other ways to maybe market or promote my work or find other platforms. There's a platform called, I think it's called Live Advice or something like that, that I've been looking at and reading the fine print and just seeing if that's a good match for me, where they give you a private number where people can call and work with you, and they pay by the minute. It's one of those it's similar to like a psychic line, but it's for coaches and people that are really good at offering talk therapy and things like that. So I was looking at that and still considering doing that. I don't know if it's quite the right match. I'm sort of waiting to really get the green light for that. And maybe even, you know, get a really solid idea that feels really good about rebranding. Because I had a DM, I don't know if I talked about this, but I had a DM on Instagram that was like, what's so urban about you? Like, why urban? I'm just curious. And it felt a little pointed. It didn't feel completely innocent, even though that was how it was being disguised. So, and that's something I had been thinking about a lot. I was like, well, I'm not in New York City anymore, so it doesn't really apply anymore. And so I started to get less and less connected to that name, even though I had intentions of moving back to a more maybe metropolitan area. Not necessarily New York, but somewhere where I felt more like I belonged more. I'm not really a country kind of girl. It just doesn't resonate for me, but I am enjoying it as much as I can. I'm trying to be present and you know, soak it up as much as I can, because there are things I miss about this environment when I'm not here. So I'm not completely the grass is greener. I used to be anywhere but here, but I had that syndrome for a while, but now it's more just like, I know there's a better match. You know, it's just, this is where I am for now. Today when I was walking, I saw an eagle. I had never seen an eagle in person before. And I watched it fly. It wasn't terribly close to me, but I was crossing the bridge on my walk, and I saw this amazing, it was huge, this giant eagle. I guess a bald eagle. I don't know the difference, but it had like the white near its head, the white feathers near its head, and dark brown or gray. I don't even know what the colors are, but it was beautiful. It was very majestic. I was like mesmerized by it. I mean, a car even drove by the bridge, but I just couldn't stop watching it. And there was a little duck swimming in the creek, and then coming back on the way back, I was looking for the eagle. I couldn't spot it though, but I did see like some geese, and so, and that was interesting because moving forward when we go to, and I did see some hawks when I was driving. There's always hawks though. When we look at the 9, it's a woman with her bird. So I did think that was interesting because I didn't really remember what was on the card going forward. But I saw lots of birds today, and not just those. I saw birds that were yellow, and the tarot was yellow. They weren't canaries. They had some yellow on them. Lots of birds today. That's what I was seeing today. And during the end of the week, we normally tend to start to transition into the next card. So seeing birds as a symbol going forward, I'll know. Think about the Nine of Pentacles, because that's what we're moving to. And it is sort of interesting how the focus of the 8 is down. And there were moments of heaviness this week, even though in the beginning I was really energized and light because I was walking and I felt like I was really doing good for myself. There were real moments of like heavy sadness and confusion and a little despair, honestly. Like I really was rethinking everything. I felt like, is there anyone on my side? I sort of felt alone. And it was one of those weeks where my best friend was really busy. He just got a new puppy. And he was tied up with people that really depended on him. And I had contacted a couple other friends and didn't really hear back. So I was like, damn. It was just one of those weeks where I was like, dang, I feel so alone this week. And thinking about how I had been investing in working. I just had my head down, you know, instead of really cultivating relationships, maybe. It was very weird. But I was thinking about that. There was something else about focused on the material, focused on money and material gain. It was about like just being at work and realizing when things came up and I needed to address, I didn't have the freedom to do so. I couldn't even process anything for myself. I really tried to, but it's not possible when, you know, you do customer service and there's a heavy call flow and it's just you're caring for other people's needs. You don't have time to really process your emotions or think things through. And I really needed that this week and I didn't have that. And my schedule's really weird now because I had to really change it up to be in a training that I wanted to do, and I just feel weird. Like I just don't feel like I can catch the flow. Like it feels like I'm struggling to catch the wave again, and be in the flow. So, but I trust that it'll happen. I've been in this predicament before, and I'm getting better at not just doing healing work for others, but doing it for myself too. So that's part of this refinement of the work, is how do I apply it to myself? And how do I take stellar care of myself? And, you know, I had been working with the archetype of the codependent and the saboteur. And that's work my mentor does. And I feel like those archetypes definitely came up this week for me. And I'm the one that decided to put them into play. And so I saw them pop up this week and had experiences there. And it was definitely good to firm up boundaries for my own clarity and for my own independence as well as interdependence. It came up also this week how there are people close in my life that don't like when people need them, but at the same time invest in that, you know. And it's like, well, we're interdependent, so you know, no one is really meant to be isolated and away from everybody and not relying on other people. It's just not how it works. And we had to sort of talk through some things in our relationship around that and bring some clarity too. So I can see how the codependent really came up this week within me as well as outside of me. It was difficult. I had some difficult conversations to firm up boundaries in different relationships, professionally, personally, and I know it's all for the best. And I trust the process. That it's the something better, right? I mean, it might feel like a rejection at first, but it is a redirection, and that what I thought was the answer, this is it, I'm certain. If that sort of gets shaken up, I trust that it's the or something better coming through for me. And it might just be a timing thing, and that's okay. So we still have 6 more weeks in the tarot journey, assuming I only spend 1 week with each card. But that's crazy that we've been going this long with this series. So I think we'll be celebrating our fully actualized selves. I don't know about that, but it's fun to work with the essence of these cards. So that was my week with the 8 of Pentacles. I'm sure there were more things that popped up that I can't recall. You know, it is interesting. In this town, it's very challenging. I struggle. I don't know if this is worth talking about, but maybe it's even the most interesting part. I don't know. But I do struggle because there's not a lot of people that I relate to, and certainly not a lot of men I'm attracted to in this town. And it was interesting, on my walk, I was sort of avoiding the rain because it rained a bit today. So I worked out a little bit indoors. And then I was like, just go for it. It doesn't seem like it's raining that hard. Just go for a walk. And if it rains, you know. And so I was walking towards the place I always walk. And there was a man who, I don't know what he was doing there. There's this is home for the elderly that my grandmother actually opened. That's at the end of my lane. And he was there. I don't know what he was doing there, but he was like staring at me. I don't know if he thought he knew me. That's what was going through my mind. Maybe he thinks he knows me. Maybe he recognizes me from something. But so I kind of looked at him, and I knew that I didn't know him, but it was like the first time I felt like, oh, there's someone attractive in a very long time, like in person. So that was a really cool moment. Although, just like this card, I was like, I'm in a time crunch. I have things to do. So I kind of just like, I think he even said something to me, but I had my Raycons in. So I turned my head, and I think then he could see that I was listening to music, so that I couldn't hear what he was saying. So I just kept it moving. But I thought that was interesting, that it was like, it was like a moment of chemistry or something, I don't know, attraction. And I hadn't had that in person in a long time. I get it online a lot, but it's different in person, I think. So, I don't know, that was something interesting that happened. But again, I was focused on something else. So, hence the card we're moving into, right? So moving into the 9 of Pentacles, and comment with your experience with the 8, if you like, and thanks for liking and, liking the video, subscribing, all of that. So what does Robert M. Place have to say about the 9 of Pentacles? A woman of wealth and leisure stands in her garden with her gaming hawk. The garden is abundant with grapes and pentacles, symbols of sensuality and wealth. This card represents prosperity, comfort, and the time and ability to enjoy it. The hawk suggests that she has resources for further gains. That's the hawk. I think the hawk is masked, if I'm not mistaken. If it'll focus. So what might it mean if the 9 of Pentacles shows up in a reading for divination? Single, fabulous, independent, feminine, luxury, mastery, enjoyment, reaped rewards, being single, independent, focused on what a person worked hard for, made it to the top of a mountain, having fun and splurging. A woman with a bird upon her wrist stands amidst a great abundance of grapevines in the garden of a great house. So it means prudence, safety, success, accomplishment, certitude, discernment. And Alice B. Grist's intuitive meaning: take some time to enjoy what you have created. This card asks you to step away from work, take a break, enjoy the flowers, nature, and just being. You deserve it. And from this place, you will gain perspective, learning, and new creative energy to refresh your soul. Actively place some of your money towards fun venture. Take a day off, take a holiday. Pay for a treat for yourself and feel the energetic flow of your work rewarding you. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of what money can provide for you. And then looking at the Biddy Tarot and what Bridget has to say. Abundance, luxury, self-sufficiency, financial independence. You have worked hard to create abundance in your life, and the Nine of Pentacles says now you can finally enjoy the fruits of your labor. Thanks to your independent efforts, self-confidence, and discipline, you attained a well-deserved success and created a stable foundation for your material wealth and comfort. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the luxuries and pleasures of the good life. Money, leisure time, fun, material comfort, and rest. You deserve it. When the Nine of Pentacles appears in a tarot reading, do not be scared to splurge, indulge, or pamper yourself, especially as a reward for all of your hard work. Treat yourself to a special occasion or a personal gift to celebrate your journey here. You have already achieved so much, and while you may not be at the finish line just yet, this is your opportunity to acknowledge your achievements and re-energize yourself for the final phase. The Nine of Pentacles also speaks of financial independence. The woman in this card has created a luxurious lifestyle by her own actions and efforts. She encourages you to do the same, to create abundance and independence so that you can take care of yourself in the long term. Invest wisely and seek financial advice to make the most of your wealth. Don't rely on others to support you. This nine is an independent woman. While the Suit of Pentacles typically focuses on material wealth and gain, this card also suggests that you are in harmony with the environment around you. You appreciate the beauty and abundance found in nature, and you can harness this high vibe energy to bring pleasure into your life. You may enjoy gardening or floristry, or you may just like to pass your time in the beauty of nature with picnics or walks in the park. So I'm excited about this week. I love the Nine of Pentacles. It's one of my favorite cards. So let's use sound, the frosted crystal singing bowl, to further integrate our experience with the Eight of Pentacles, and set an intention for synchronicities and experiences to deepen our understanding of the nine. You might want to close your eyes and get in touch with your breath. Beautiful. Coming back to the room. So thank you for taking this journey with me. I hope you're enjoying the experience, working with the essence of each card. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing to the channel and commenting with your own experiences. That means a lot to me. I'm really happy you're on this journey with me. And if you've watched this far, comment in the comment section with a bird of some kind, a bird emoji. So I know you're watching this far. I really appreciate you for sticking it out with me, watching this far, and going on this whole journey with me. I really, really sending you so much love and many blessings. And if you want a personal session or to reach out to me on other social media platforms, all of those links will be in the description of this video. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Empath.